In this video, Jim Cramer discusses why he'd rather buy Nvidia than sell it. Despite the selling pressure due to Intel's new chip announcement, it's not under significant threat though, as competition goes beyond just chips, but also software, ecosystem, and platform. Jim emphasizes Nvidia's leadership and customer base, encouraging investors to hold on to their Nvidia stock.
It's a poor man's Intel. And the Gaudi 2 didn't make any waves at all. I know that if I weren't pretty well versed with Nvidia, I might have been tempted to sell back then in 2022 as the Gaudi announcement made it sound like Intel would own the market that had been previously dominated by Nvidia because their chip was so much better. The Intel release at the time said the Gaudi 2 had, quote, twice the training throughput of the Nvidia A100, end quote. But if you sold Nvidia that day, how'd you do? You would have gotten $175 for your stock. $175. Well, now it's at $853. Glad I helped. Now, it's entirely possible the Gaudi 3 is superior than the Nvidia H100 in some categories, but the H100 is not what they'll be competing with. By that time that Intel's super chip goes out, Nvidia will be shipping the much faster Blackwell, which was unveiled at their recent GTC conference. Plus, what made me want to stick with Nvidia back then? Simple. It's not just the chip, it's the software, it's the ecosystem, it's the platform, it's the leadership. Consider it like this. Let's say you have a running back that could run a 4.2 in the NFL Combine, but in the real game, it might not cut it at all. On the other hand, a fully loaded NVIDIA running back will have developers writing code for it, a host of already hooked customers, including the mega caps, and the service that's nothing short of unbelievable. You need the blocking and tackling NVIDIA has, and Intel does not. That's why I think the Gaudi 3 will be as lightly used as the Gaudi 2. And I'd rather buy Nvidia than sell it here, even as I predicted that the stock would get crushed with a lot of selling in the wake of GTC. The selling's been pronounced, as the new stock's now sunk more than 100 points. That stock's now sunk more than 100 points in just over 2 weeks. And you know what? If we get a red-hot CPI tomorrow, I think we'll see today's lows again. So I'm not saying buy. Nvidia's stock may have also suffered from the unveiling of a mildly competitive Google chip, too. But if you recall my interview with CEO Jensen Huang, he said he welcomed development and he would even help his customers develop them, and that includes Google. So I'm not shaken or stirred. But I understand. Nvidia can still fall. But, I say own it, don't trade it.